Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer and I got a little bit of a sore throat and I'm tired and I look awful. We traveled this morning home. I took a little bit of a nap on the couch, which was not a good nap because my son is loud and I kept waking up, and there we are. It's dinner time. There is beef stew in the Instapot, which smells delicious because my husband is a really good cook and he put it in there. He's never used an Instapot, so I supervised. But it smells like his normal beef stew and it smells so good. And it's kind of chilly out today and I really just want a bowl of beef stew. I really, really do. Today's kind of be our Monday makes video, and the fact that I'm going to show you what I've made in the past 7 days, which is not a lot, and you've already seen most of it. So we're going to pretend we're surprised and impressed by my sheer will to make things this week because I haven't been home most of the week. You guys know, if you watched yesterday's video, that I went out of town and I had a much needed break from life, and definitely needed it. With that being said, I still wanted to come on and show you guys what I've made in the past 7 days. But most of this was made prior even to the past 7 days because, like I said, I've been out of town for pretty much the past 7 days. So I know it seemed like I was still here because I worked really hard to make sure you guys had content. All right, now, what do I have here on my desk? I have... well, it's right there. I have made 1, 2, 3, 4. I have made 5 things, and they're not all finished products, but I made them, and so we're going to talk about them because why the heck not? Some of you only watch the videos where I show you what I've made, and so maybe you'll get inspired to go look at another video. I don't know. All right, so the first thing I made that I finished, I didn't finish the blanket. I finished a granny square on the blanket. That's all I did this week for this. You may have remembered that I've been working, this is my long-term whip project, and it seems like, now if you're new here, hi, welcome. I have severe issues in regards to whips. Not the way normal people do, though. I cannot let sleeping whips lie. So up here is the extent of my whips for the most part. And honestly, at this point, the 3 project bags that are hanging on the back of my door are abandoned whips, in the fact that I don't know if I'm ever going to finish them. For whatever reason, I put them up there and don't want to ever look at them again. Down here on the floor is another whip that is the Halloween blanket that I have been working on again. I don't ever want to touch it or look at it again enough to finish it, and I put a lot of work into it. But it has become abandoned whip at this point. And that's one of the things, that's one of the ways my ADHD works, is that out of sight, out of mind, literally. If I put it away and I don't muscle through to finish it, a lot of times I won't finish it. I know this about myself. I've always been like this. So it was drilled into me as a child that you finish what you started, period. Point blank, period. You finish what you started. That was my dad's influence entirely. Okay, if you say you're going to do something, you finish it, you see it through to the end. And that has caused unnecessary stress and anxiety in my life, and it has caused me to put way more pressure on myself than I deserve or that I need. And a lot of you have said, if you don't enjoy it, don't do it. Life's too short for all that mess. So we're reprogramming the way my brain works. With that being said, I'm allowing myself this project, which is a long-term whip, which may turn into a I've had enough of it, and I hang it on the door. Real talk. I've been working on this blanket for a while. It hasn't gotten very far because this is a 2-weight yarn. It's very, very skinny yarn, and I'm using, I think, a 3mm crochet hook. So you've seen all of this. So it is 8 squares across by 6 rows. 6 rows. By 8 squares across. I can't actually see if you can see it all. I made 1 square this week. Just one. Because this was all... I was in the car for a total of 4 days. It wasn't 4 12-hour days or anything like that, but like there was 4 days in the past 7 days that I spent in a car. And this is all I accomplished in the car. This one little tiny square. Because I didn't want to. I was looking at the scenery. I was trying to decompress my brain. This yarn, because I know I'm going to get asked, what yarn is that? This yarn is an ice yarn called Puzzle Baby. And it's a neon colorway, and I don't have the outer wrapper. I can't give you the name or the color number or none of that. It's Puzzle Baby. And yes, I have more up there to finish it. I think I do. I think I do. But I've gotten a long way with one blanket. I probably will finish it with that one ball. Then, we did the review on the reply yarn last week, and I made this on camera. It is another whole granny square. So this week, the past 7 days, I made 2 whole granny squares. 2 whole granny squares. They are both 5-row granny squares. This is made with, I think it's a 3-weight yarn. Yes, this is a DK or 3-weight yarn. And I'm guessing since this is still on my table with this project, I used a 4mm crochet hook. Whereas the other one, I used a 3mm and a sport weight or a number 2 weight yarn. This is made with the new reply yarn, which is $2 and some cents. I think it's $2.49 for a ball of this stuff. Where is it? Where is it? This gorgeous, soft, squishy, recycled yarn, which surprised me. It feels really nice. And it works up beautiful. So I made that. Then I made a magic cake, which I also showed on camera already. But if you don't watch that video because you're not interested, I made this. This is a magic cake. I never recaked it. Because, why? I'm just going to use it. Have I used it yet? No, because I haven't been home. I literally filmed this video and I left. I'm going to be honest with you, I left. Right after I was done filming this video, and this video, I skirted out. I was like, left town. I was out. I was outie 5,000. So we did this on camera. This is holding scrap balls of yarn from the thrift store together with other scrap balls of yarn. So it's supposed to be, and I frogged out the little project. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Oh, and I still have the rug here because I didn't put nothing away. I was telling you guys about scraps and what to do with scrap projects. And this is a bathroom rug that I've had for, I don't know, I want to say 5, 6, 7 years. It's usually in my upstairs one of my upstairs bathrooms. And I showed you how to create the marled look by caking the 2 yarns together. We did a baby yarn mixed with a sometimes acrylic yarn. I don't know what these yarns are. They're scrap balls from the thrift store. So I made a cake. Now, what else did I make that I also already showed you? I made this hat. This hat is also made with new yarn from Premier Yarns called the Faux Fur in this beautiful chipmunk colorway. And this is a spice shop cake. My daughter's home from work. And Benny missed her. He's calling right here. Oh. Oh. Shh. Alright, so I made this one with the spice shop cake and the faux fur. And I had a little bit left over on my desk. I was like, okay, let's see if we can use up the rest of the faux fur and the spice cake. So you can, in fact, get 2 hats. Oh, this one's funky. This is like a Russian hat. I'll tell you my joke in a minute when I put this on, okay? So I'm like, I'm going to finish up. I'm going to make a second hat. So I used the second part. This is one entire cake of the Spice Shop yarn from Premier Yarns. And this, I believe, was a whole cake or a skein of the faux fur. So I used up both. I got 2 hats out of it. Now, I could have made them more uniform by making this thicker fur stripe, and then it would have been equal and it would have been fine. But none of that matters because they're both going to be warm, beautiful, colorful hats for the winter time for whoever gets them. Okay, so this does have wool in it, but it is a beautiful yarn. I did feature all these yarns last week. If you're interested in those videos, just go look at a couple videos back. You'll see me talk about the reply yarn and the faux fur yarn and the Spice Shop yarn. And there will be links in those videos because I don't really feel like putting links in here, but really if you click the link that's always below my description, in my description box that says if you want Premier Yarns of your own, click this link. You can just go buy the yarns from there. So this is the first hat I made, which is just a double crochet hat. This is what it looks like double crochet. This is what the same yarn looks like worked up in half double crochet. So it just, the stripes are smaller, a little more demure. And so I put on my hat that I finished making. And I looked at my husband and said, "My name is Natalia." And he said, "Yeah, that looks like a Russian hat." Because we watch a lot of, like, he does specifically, but I sit and watch them with him. Like, you know, movies. The action movies with the spies. And there's always, like, the bad guys either from Russia or Germany or, you know what I'm talking about. The spy movies. He's really into those. So, my name is Natalia. I know, my accent is horrible. Please don't take offense to that, but I like the fur. I like the fur. I feel like when I'm an old lady and I get my little, you know, the old lady haircut. I'm not saying anything bad against old ladies, okay? I'm not. When I'm an old lady, I'm talking like, you know, you get to a certain age and you just don't care about your hair that much anymore. Or maybe your hair gets real thin, or it's just like, hair is high maintenance. So you cut it real short and you get the little cute little perms. That's what this reminds me of. And I'm going to change my name to Betty. Because I don't think Jennifer's an old lady name. So I'm going to change my name to something old lady. Mildred. Betty. What else? My grandmother's name was Alma. What do you think of my new do? Do you think I'll be cute with the little old lady haircut? And of course there's still the pop of color up there, but yeah. That's really all I've made this week. I made 2 hats and 2 granny squares, and I caked up yarn. That's what I did. But I'm calling it an accomplishment. I am. I think I showed you guys the cauldron. I think that was the previous week. Did I show you the cauldron? I feel like I showed you the cauldron. So I made a cauldron. It's supposed to be over there. The witch is over there. Maybe I didn't show you the cauldron. Did I show the cauldron in the Facebook group? I think I did. Okay, so this is a cauldron. The pattern is loosely based off of Stitch by Faye. I found her on the Instagram. Okay, and this is a no-sew mini cauldron crochet pattern. It was for free on her website. She has 8 billion ads, but I mean, that's normal with a lot of these websites for amigurumi. They have all these ads and pop-ups and stuff. That's how they make their money, so that they can give you the pattern for free. So I'm not judging her on that, but be aware if there's a lot of ads that show up on her pattern. So this is the cauldron. Like I said, it's very loosely based off of her pattern. So the bottom has 3 little legs. I used the Wooble style yarn. This is just the Wooble's black, and then this is, I think this is left over from the Wooble's haunted house kits that are back here. This is glow in the dark yarn. So if we turn that off and I charge it, which looks like my batteries are dying already, my black light. Ooh. It glows. So, it does in fact glow. Now it is time to tell haunted tales from the yarn dungeon. I don't know. So, does in fact glow. That's my little cauldron. I don't remember if I showed you guys this or not. I changed some things in her pattern. The base part is the same, I believe, if I recall. Her rim, I think I made a row longer, the ridge, and it's folded down in her pictures. So I just roll it back up because I think it looks cooler like that. I also saw some cauldron patterns where they added handles to the cauldron, and I wanted to do that, and then by the time I got to the baubles, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. So the top, I totally did the top different than she did. I think if I recall from her pattern, she did in the round and then added baubles on the surface after the fact. What I did is I crocheted in the round. So I did my decreases, and then I put a bauble, decreases, bauble, decreases, bauble. So the bauble acted as the regular stitch, whereas in between the baubles was the decreases. And I tried to just space the baubles apart so that there were baubles everywhere. And then I ended the entire thing in a bauble. So, and I stuffed it. And I really want this to be scented like candy apples. I don't know why. I should have put some candy apple wax beads or something in there, but that is my cauldron to go with my witch, in case I didn't show that to you already, which I don't think that I did. I don't remember if I did. And if I did, pretend like it was new and you never saw it before. Because my brain feels real fried today. Usually when we travel, specifically around this time of the year, I always pick up something. I always like pick up germs or bacteria, or my allergies start acting up really bad just because of the time of the year it is. And I felt okay. I felt real tired. I felt really tired today. But you guys know I'm a diabetic, and I was not real careful with my sugar the past couple days. And so I was like, well, maybe my sugar is off, and that's why I feel so tired and like run down. And it still could be that, but I took a nap on the couch earlier. Now I have like a sore throat just right there. So I'm thinking I probably picked up germs, which is very typical when you go to a place where there's people. So I think I picked up germs. But that's why I'm having a big steaming bowl of beef stew for dinner, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm just gonna chill out today. I'm gonna take the rest of the day where I'm just, because this doesn't take a lot of effort. I'm just here talking to you guys. You guys are my friends, so this doesn't take a lot of effort. But tomorrow I hope I feel better, because tomorrow is gonna get really, really insane. Because if you watched yesterday's video, you know that we are on a time crunch. We're trying to get the house listed within a very short span of time, and we have a lot of things to get done around the house, including pack up my entire office. All of that yarn has to go packed up, and I want to move some of it out. And I had quite a few of you reach out and say that you are local and you want to come here and go through my yarn. So if that happens, I'm going to say when that happens, it will probably be very soon, like in the next week or two. I am going to put a bunch of yarn in the yard, and I'm going to announce it to you guys and probably to Facebook Marketplace, and let whoever come and go through the yarn and see if they want to buy any. Just so that I don't have as much to pack and move, because at this point I have 10 or 12 bins in storage already, and I'm looking at what's in here and I'm like, holy crap, what am I going to do with all this yarn? I don't want to move it. And I don't know. I have high-end yarns that I'm going to downsize, because I would rather them get used than to watch them dry rot, because I'm one person. I can only crochet so much. I'm going to have a ton of acrylic, some polyester, and maybe some cotton, because I have an abundance of cotton. I mean, I don't have an abundance of cotton. I have one bucket of cotton, but again, I'm one person. And also, you guys know, I get a lot of yarn sent to me and stuff, so and sometimes I buy yarn just for the purpose of doing a video. And those are the types of yarns that's going to be in the yard sale. I I think I'm gonna put other stuff out there too, but I'm gonna really focus you guys like, hey, this is the yarn that's for sale if you want to come get some. And then I'm still toying with the idea of doing mystery boxes on Etsy, and I'm still, that is a lot of work. That's a lot of work. So I just got to figure a lot of things out. I really do. So that's what's going on in my world. That's what I have made and what I'm working on. The bad part is there's so many things. I know some of you can relate to this. So many things I want to do and want to get done. And I wanted to do all these things for Halloween in the month of October. I wanted to make all of those amigurumi kits that I bought. I've had several people reach out to me like, I can't understand the 5 Below ones. Can you help me? Can you do a tutorial on the 5 Below amigurumi kits? And I want to, but it takes me hours to film something like that, like hours. And I have to get back to homeschooling him, my son. I have to get so much stuff done around the house while I have help. Mr. Cinnamon has still not been called back to work because the government is still shut down. And so there is like 8 million things going on in my house right now. And I have had to put so much on the back burner right now. And I'm trying to cope with that and be okay with that because I'm not good at doing that. I need to do what I need to do to get things done. Like, that's just how my brain works. And packing is really hard emotionally. It really is. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way, but when I go through stuff and I'm like, oh, I remember buying that, or I remember so-and-so gave that to me, or there are so many memories attached to things. And I think this might stem from growing up so poor. And I have a lot growing up. Like, and also my mom had severe OCD, and she was always obsessively cleaning and organizing and throwing things away. So there were a lot of things that, I was really attached to as a child, that I would come home from school one day and it would be gone and I would get a weird excuse. I put it in the attic. And then I would ask, can you go in the attic and get my toy down? And then she finally would admit months later, I actually threw it away. Why would you throw away my favorite toy in the whole world? Like, why would you do that? And it's because she could not tolerate, deal with clutter. It was a very bad sickness that she had to deal with. And so for me, I get attached to things, you know, like he looks at me every day. This is a gift from, I think this is from Christine. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I think this is from Christine. I'm almost positive this is from Christine. He sits on my desk every day and he looks at me. He looks grumpy, but like, he's a little Frankenbear and I love him so much. And my miniature Jennifer doll, she sits here and looks at me on my desk. There's 8 million things in my life that this I bought myself. But I bought this on clearance at Joann's when they were closing, so this is a memory, you know? I get attached to things, and there's always the fear of, what if I put this in a box and something happens to it? What if I put this in a box and it goes to storage, and the storage unit somehow screws up and sells my storage unit? Because they are known to do that. If you miss a payment, which we have not missed a payment, or I had this one friend, her name was Mindy, it was years ago. She had she had a new marriage. It was her second marriage. Then they kept a lot of stuff in storage because the two households combined. And she went up there one day and all the storage unit was empty and locked. And she's like, what is going on? And they picked the wrong one for missed payment and sold everything, including her grandmother's furniture. And she was devastated because there's no getting it back at that point. And things like that is like my greatest fear, is that I'm going to put stuff in storage and something's going to happen. Like the storage unit is going to catch on fire, or they're going to accidentally sell the wrong unit, or it's going to flood, or all these things. So that's a huge fear of mine. Or that something's going to get broke that I can't replace, or, you know, there's all these things that are involved with the stress of packing. And so there's a lot of that going on in my head. And I you guys know, like, most of my family is gone. They have either chosen not to be in my life anymore, or they have passed away. And so I have a lot of things that are attached to memories. I'm like, oh. But also at the same time, I'm trying to downsize my entire life. And so I'm also getting rid of a lot of stuff, which also causes the stress to it induces stress with me, because I feel guilty if I get rid of something that was gifted to me. I feel I have a hard time getting rid of stuff because I was poor, and what if I need that in the future and I don't have it anymore? And I think the level of poor that I was growing up, I think that is a contributing factor to a lot of what's going on with all of these emotions. And so these are things that I'm aware of and I'm fighting, but they're also things that I'm going through, you know, like I'm stressed out. I'm sad a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of memories that, you know, get sparked. Like you find something that you haven't seen in, I don't know, 3 years. And you're like, oh, there's a memory attached to that. Maybe it's a good memory. Maybe it's a sad memory, like, but there's a memory, and then it starts bringing stuff up. And you guys already know, I've had a real hard year. So I just know that when we came home today, the last 2-3 hours of the drive, I felt dread because I didn't want to come back to this house. I didn't want to come back to the stress and the anxiety and all the crap that I've been through this year. I just didn't want to come back to it. Oh, I didn't want to come back to it. And I haven't felt good since I've been here. And so I'm like, I'm at the point where I want to run away. I want to just go. And that makes me sad too, because I raised 4 kids in this house. I mean, I'm still raising little man, but I raised 4 kids in this house. And there were so many good times in this house. Laughter and dancing. And me cooking for the girls and doing homework with the girls. And this is the home we brought little man home to. It's the only home he's ever known. So there's a lot of amazing good memories here. But oh, I'm so ready to move on to the next chapter of my life. I'm so ready. So there's so many emotions wrapped around everything that's happening, on top of the stress and anxiety and all. Like, I got so much on my plate that it's overflowing, you know. And I'm struggling. I'm struggling a little bit. It's not horrible, but like, that's just where we're at. And we're talking about it so that it doesn't eat us, you know. And I'm going to give another message of hope to anyone who is listening to this, because every time I say something along these lines, I get an email or I get a message or of some sort thanking me for saying it out loud, because I say it to you guys because I really wish someone would say it to me. So here's my words of advice, wisdom, comfort, however you take it. Life is freaking hard. Whatever you're going through right now or have gone through in the past, just know that it's gonna get better. It always does, and it always has, and you've always survived it. It's gonna get better. Right now it's just hard, and that's okay. Through the hardships we learn how strong we are, which I hate that, because I hate when people say, but you're so strong. I don't want to be strong. I want to be weak. I want to be weak. I want someone to take care of me. I don't want to be the one that takes care of everything all the time. I'm tired. But you are strong, and you've been through stuff before, and you're going to be okay, and everything is going to work out, and just hold on to hope. Like one of my favorite movies says, you got to give hope a chance to float up. That's from Hope Floats, in case you didn't know. I actually hated that movie for years and years, but it was my mom's favorite movie. And then when my mom passed away, the scene where her mom dies, I lose it every time. But also, there's a scene with Harry Connick Jr. when he's talking about the American dream, and I've quoted this on the channel. We take the American dream. This is not his exact quote. We take the American dream, right, which is something I think everybody aspires to, taking something that they love and making money at it, making a profit at it, so that the job you have is really a job you love. The problem with that is, and like I said, this is not his quote, but it's the idea of his quote. We twist it and turn it and try to turn it into something that makes us money, and what we do is we leave it with not even a glimpse of that original dream that we had. So we destroy it at the cost of making a living at it. And I've done that. I have done that. I am in a different place now where I've pulled back a lot, where I'm like, okay, I'm making money at my job and I enjoy it, but also it's a job, and I need to separate job from pleasure in regards to my crafting, my art, my crochet, my designing, my knitting, my weaving, my spinning yarn. I need to have, this is Jen's art and this is the job. I think I'm doing a good job at that. I actually feel like I'm succeeding there by keeping it separated. I'm also doing really good at this point in my life of keeping business hours, which I've been really bad at doing before. I'm a work in progress. But to retract back to this statement, my hopeful statement, I really do hope that you guys are all doing well. I hope that whatever you may or may not be going through, I hope it doesn't last. And I hope that you just hang on and know that it's going to get better. And that someone out there really cares about you as a person. And I'm rooting for you. I'm pulling for you. I'm praying for you. I'm sending all of the good energy, light, juju out into the world for you. At each and every one of you, all 46,000 and whatever it is now, all of you are in my thoughts and my prayers and my heart. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go check on my husband's progress on dinner. I'm going to fix myself something else cold to drink because I am getting a sore throat. I don't know what's coming up for the rest of the week. I really don't know what we're going to do, what we have planned. I'm winging it at this point, and I just hope that you guys will hang on with me through this next phase of life of trying to get the house prepared, sell the house, and moving within, I'm going to say, the next 6 months. We're going to be optimistic the next 6 months. So that's my hope. And there are a lot of things on the horizon for all of us on the channel and in my personal life. By the way, went to the mailbox today again. Lucas had 50 more get well soon cards, and he hasn't even opened all of the first batch because there were so many. Ooh, if you sent him a greeting card at some point in the past 2 weeks, I guarantee he has gotten it, and he thanks you. He is very excited to go get mail. We also went up to the window and got a couple of packages from behind the counter. I had a few people reach out and say that they sent something via Amazon and that the post office said they were holding it. You're not going to get an update because here's how that works, okay?
Are you done? You want to be the Publix real quick?
For what?
Get bread?
There's bread on top of the refrigerator. I just pulled it.
I wanted to get like a Italian loaf or something.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay. What was I saying? Totally lost my train of thought. They don't understand when I'm working not to interrupt. Like, it's every time now. Because that could have waited. What the heck was I saying? Oh my god. It's gonna bother me. And the only way to find out is to stop the video, rewind it, and rewatch it. So I was something with yarn, right? I know you guys are screaming at me. I can hear you. I was talking about the channel. I was talking about yarn. What the heck was I talking about? I have no idea. I can't even rewind back to it. So whatever I was saying. Oh. Hang on. Lucas, walk away from my door. Go on. I almost had it. It was right there. He started talking. Now my brain's like, wait a minute. All right, hang on. I'm going to pause and I'm going to I had to rewatch that. So the way that the post office works specifically with Amazon is when you send a card or something, my mailbox is this big. It's real small. So some of the cards you guys have even sent me have been like folded to get in there because the mailbox is so small. So I gotta like pry them out and some of them get ripped, which is fine. I appreciate it. That's not me complaining. That's me complaining that my P.O. box is so tiny. If you send a package, it does not go into that tiny little box. It goes sometimes into bigger boxes and then they give you a key and you have to go like searching for that key in the box and you get your package out of that box. What happens more times than not is they hold the packages behind the counter at the P.O. box or at the post office. So I have to go during business hours, wait in line, go up to the counter, say, hey, I have stuff in my P.O. box. Here's my P.O. box number, which is 8193. They go in a Easter egg hunt in the back to try to find the packages and they bring them out to me. Now with Amazon specifically, a lot of times it will tell you it's being held. I still get the packages. They don't do an additional scan saying that it was delivered to me. They will scan it saying that the package has arrived at the post office or that it's waiting to be picked up. And even in my app, it doesn't tell me that I picked up the packages. I have to go in and remove them manually so that I don't think, oh, there's a package there that's about to expire. I need to go pick it up. So he has gotten quite a few packages. And I'm saying thank you on his behalf because if you guys don't know, there were some morons who decided they were going to attack my children personally on the internet. And when that started to happen, they didn't even have anything necessarily bad to say about me. They went after my kids. And so when that started to happen, I stopped them from being on the channel. It just period. I talk about them a little bit, but my kids are not up for debate. My kids are not on the internet for you to try to rip apart. And because those people are such bad morons, I protect my kids in the best way I can. So I'm not having little man come on and thank everyone. I'm doing that on his behalf. But I will tell you that he is very, very grateful and he's so happy. And every time he goes to the P.O. box and there's something for him, his face lights up. He has gotten a marble run kit to build. He's gotten quite a few things to build. I think he got a coloring book. He got, I don't remember everything that he got. He's gotten about 8 packages. So if you got a notification that it was delivered, but like Amazon doesn't say it was delivered to me, I probably have already received it. I have received, I think, every package that it said. I'm gonna log into my app just so you guys can know, because I don't want you guys to worry that your money got spent and then I didn't get what was sent to us, because we have. And there's been over 100 cards sent to him, so I can't even thank each and every one of you. Just know that we've gotten over 100 cards, and there are still a couple packages that say that they haven't been delivered yet. Let's see, for packages, there's a package coming from, I'm gonna say, the UK. It says Brisbane. That one's coming. It should be here on the 22nd. Something says HQECNS. I don't know what that is. Oh. Let's see. I don't know what that is. That sounds familiar though. Hammond, Indiana. That sounds familiar, and I don't know why that sounds familiar. I love my children. So it says there's a couple packages from Amazon that was a delivery attempt. I did pick those up today. So if it says that I have until whatever to pick them up, I picked them up. I did. And unless you get a notification that it was returned, I picked it up. I think I picked up every package that has come. So whoever sent him a card or well wishes, and I got quite a few people saying Canada Post is on strike, so I can't send anything. That's cool. I understand. He understands. He doesn't know the difference. He really doesn't. I breathed in. I was supposed to swallow. So, again, heartfelt thank you as a friend. I also got a couple of cards for me. I think I got about 10 cards for me. And I appreciate that as well. I got cards telling me to hang on and be strong, and that I'm strong, and that I'm going to make it through this tough time, and I appreciate that so much. You never know when something you do or say for someone is going to reach them or really impact them. And there has been more times than I can count on this channel that someone has emailed me or sent me a card or sent me a present, that it would came at the absolute perfect moment where I was in despair, or I was so stuck in feeling sorry for myself because I'm having a hard time that I couldn't think about anything else. And I would get a message that someone is sharing their story with me, and it made me stop and realize that I need to get out of my own head, that other people are going through stuff too, and that everything's going to be okay. And that is such a powerful message to send to another person. And I actually gave this advice to my daughter's boyfriend the other day because she was complaining to him, and I said, I'm going to tell you one thing. These are the most powerful words you're ever going to say to her. And he said, all right, I'm listening. She just needs to hear it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Those are the most powerful words you could tell somebody who's in despair. Not, I understand. Because you don't. You have no idea what it's like inside their head. You don't understand. I get a lot of other comments that I know that the idea is to encourage me and to make me feel better. And I appreciate that and I love that. But the most powerful words that you can say to another person who is in despair is, it's going to be okay. And of course, some people will be like, how do you know that? I just know that, okay? I'm smarter than you. It's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. You got this. Those words are so powerful to say to another person. And so he took mental note of that. Like, that's all she needs. She wants you to hear her, and she just wants you to tell her it's going to be okay, because she's scared and she's worried and she's got anxiety and she's like stressed out. Because like I said, there's been a lot going on. And with that, I'm going to tell all of you it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay in the long run. I know this. I believe this with all my heart. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.